Hail, traveller! Gaze upon ye wide ocean, which will soon be sailing these briny deeps in Neverwinter nights too.
Yes. Hello, yes, last time we basically solved most of the issues in Highcliff and negotiated the Lizardmen don't sink our boats anymore. So now we can actually, head on off to Neverwinter. Finally. So, yes, we'll go down to the docks, talk with the village elder, and then set off. Apparently that's all we need to do.
The captain is willing to wait for you as long as it needs to. Have you come to say your farewells?
Yes, it's time to continue on to Neverwinter.
Oh, my stomach has already started churning. How long will this trip be?
Oh, do be quiet, Kelgar. Enjoy the waves while you can. I'll say, and it'll be nice to travel without being hunted for once. Well, you say that, but, what if the Githyanki get a boat and then come after us, like what they did in Baldur's Gate 2? And speaking of Githyanki...
The shard you have found, show it to me.
Yes, Sierra? Sierra? Is that what you sought?
No, it is much
he's a
more.
nerd.
Forget the betrayer. Forget our vengeance. These shards, they must all be found. Whatever forces you need, we shall grant you. But these shards must be ours.
Well, that is not good news.
Of course, Sierra. It shall be done.
That is not good news at all. Oh, this is not the boat. Unless we set fire on the boat. No, that's not us.
Dalrin. Lord Dalrin now, I hear.
Okay, ominous.
Who's there?
Come now. You remember? Has it really been so long?
You... But you died at the battle at West Harbor.
Delayed, perhaps. My imprisonment was most distressing. But dead? Now how could I die with so much left unfinished?
Okay.
And there is so much more left to do.
Very ominous. Seems like a foggy
this
day
is
we arrived in
Neverwinter?
Neverwinter.
Suppose it's passable for a city built by humans. Can't say I care for it though. You want a proper city, you build down, not up.
This place feels unnatural. The wood and stone, it's as if they've been silenced.
I wish you'd both be silent. The entire trip was just one long whine from the two of you.
Oh, me stomach feels funny. This boat rocks like a baby's cradle.
This water is so unnatural and deep, not like the swamp of dead people I grew up in. Not that I've got great memories of this place, but it's home. So, where are we going first?
Well done with the comedic stylings of Nishka there. Ooh, and look at our fancy hat. Well, my uncle's inn should be close by. Let's head there first, as that was, kind of our goal.
Not sure I can stomach any food yet. A stiff drink and a good tavern brawl. On the other hand, I say lead the way. Besides, I'd welcome a stable bed after being trapped on that filthy excuse for a boat.
Have you ever been on a boat, Kelgar? You don't know what is an excuse for a boat or not. But yes, that's yes, here we are in Neverwinter. It's quite it's actually a fairly modest dock, but it's a decent dock nonetheless. I like it. So let us be off and Neverwinter. Quite lovely green grass here as well for, city stuff. And this This looks like a fancy building, and I believe, what I remember, yes, this is the Sunken Flagon Inn, so we're straight to where we need to be. Nice. Alright, so let's go for a visit. It's 4 armed people walking to a bar. I think that would be a bad situation. Ooh, okay. Bunch of hunting trophies on the wall here. Ooh, and a dire boar. We killed those as well already, so not that badass, but still. Looks good. Kind of cool. I would want a dire boar head in my house, that would be cool. Note to self, get dire boar heads in my house. Don't know where I'd find a dire boar.
Well now, what can I do for you? Bit of venom for the belly, perhaps? Or maybe a tankard or two to shave the edge off your day.
Is this the Sunken Flagon?
It is indeed. Finest establishment in the docks for a fine tankard of ale and some good conversation.
I'm looking for my uncle, Duncan.
Uncle Duncan? That sounds a bit familiar. If you're here to collect on some debt, I'll tell you that Duncan's a drunk fool without 2 coppers to his name.
Uh-huh. And why do you say that so vehemently? Dagon sent me.
Dagon, eh? So the time's come, has it? Trouble's chasing on your heels, and you barely know why. Suppose
so
Dagon
you
told you
are
less than half of
Duncan.
what you need to know, then sent you packing. Don't take it hard. Done it to me twice in my life. All for good reason. I can probably guess why you're here, but why don't you go ahead and tell me anyway?
Well, Duncan told me to seek you out, that you might have know something of the silver shards recovered at the Battle of West Harbor.
Oh, did he? Nothing more than I did years ago. Plain silver near as we could tell. You and those shards were all that were left of that West Harbor battle.
Duncan, I thought you said that shard was magic, didn't you?
Trace of an enchantment on it is what that eel sand said, but nothing of importance. Probably
Sand?
residue from demon's
Eel
file, or
sand?
maybe wizard magic.
Shouldn't it be a
fire.
sand eel?
Sounds important to me.
And that, Sal, is why you are cleaning tables and I own this place. Those shards were magic, yes, a trace. But again, it was sand, and he's a fool. Anyway, barely worth mentioning. More sentimental value than anything else. That really why you came all this way? To hear about your mother?
Wait. My mother? What does she have to do with this?
Yeah, your mother, Esmeralda. Since you were asking about the shards. What, Dagon's still keeping that inside? It's a wonder he doesn't crack down the middle. But you know, I have no call to say that. I think that's why he buried that first shard, and gave the other one to me.
So how are this shard and my mother related? You have to tell me.
I think you might have been better off being raised by wolves if Dagon didn't share that. There's a lot I'm sure he never told you. But listen, it's his place to tell you, not mine. He'll tell you when he's ready, I think. But it's best you hear it from him. Let's stick to the shards for now.
Oh, come on! That's cruel. So you keep mentioning a sand. Who's this sand?
A hedge wizard. Somehow set up shop on the docks. But it's telling enough he can only run a business down here in the crack of Neverwinter. Got a dry wit, and he'll always rub you the wrong way. So his name's well chosen. Still, I suppose I trust him enough. And having a wizard close by certainly tends to keep fools from causing too much trouble. Well, me and Dagon took the shard to him back when he lived in the merchant quarter, before his run of bad luck. But he couldn't get much from it.
Run of
Just
bad
faint
luck.
traces.
Can I see the other shard?
Here. I've always kept it close for some reason. Didn't want to leave it out of my sight. Seemed unremarkable. But I find that sometimes time will tell. Had Sand examine it a long time ago, but he turned up nothing.
Maybe we just two of them together. You might get a better reading of it.
Well, it's worth a shot. But don't pay him any coin in advance, that's all I'll say. In fact, that viper would be best off.
Ah, it seems I've arrived just in time to deflect the usual barrage of slander from the local innkeeper.
Sand.
Yes, it is good to see you're still sober enough to recognize me, Duncan. Past the stale beer, vinegar, faint sweat, failed aspirations. unwashed tunic.
People have a
I
very
thought perhaps you'd
nasal
already had one
fascination.
tankard too many for the day, but... Why, your guest here has the smell of a harbonin about them.
Yeah, see, everyone is
Faint,
sniffing us. It's weird.
but there, I thought Duncan was keeping company too good for him. Now I see I was right. Duncan, you could learn a few things from your guest.
Still passing off those 2 copper fairweather charms to the locals, Sand?
You have no appreciation for my talents, and after all I've done for you. To think you could survive a fortnight without my ale purgative, why, you would be buried in the tombs with the rest of the Neverwinter traitors. A betrayer of barkeepers everywhere. But enough about you and your adventurous exploits on the tavern floor. I heard my name mentioned, and oddly enough, almost in a tone that suggested I could help.
This here's Kin.
I'm not really seeing the family resemblance.
We
Thankfully,
need
I
your
took
help
all the
concerning
pretty
shard.
jeans.
Both of them.
Shard? That chunk of silver you showed me so long ago? I do hope you're not going to try to pawn it to me again. I am no longer interested. Besides, as I recall, you said the piece of junk had sentimental value, which upon viewing your establishment is perfectly understandable. Besides, didn't your uncle
Sorry
or
if I
cousin or
don't
brother or
speak
whatever
too
make
much.
off with the other shard?
This
I thought
dialogue
you
is
only
rather
had one
funny, I
now.
feel.
It found its way back, so to speak. We need you to look at both of them again. Properly this time.
Oh, very well. Give them here and let me see what my keen arcane senses can determine.
Kaboom! That's what it
Well, it
determines.
seems to have some resentment to being scryed. That is quite different than last time. Are you sure these are the same shards? The power in them? Why, it's definitely stronger than last time. Much stronger.
Oh, so now they're magical. I'm not paying you for 2 failed divinations, you charlatan.
It's not a matter of divination, you one-tankard drunk. There is something about these shards. Without knowing their history, even my considerable talents cannot unlock their mysteries.
One tankard drunk. Good insult for a barkeeper. So, let's see. How could you not sense magic from these shards? I could tell by just holding them.
Because he's incompetent?
Duncan, the more I speak to your kin here, it's evident where the sense in the family went. Since you seem to have been given all the brains of the family, I'll be honest with you, I don't know. But I do know the shards did not have the same strength the first time I examined them. There could be something about you that causes them to resonate. But I
Okay.
have no idea why that would be.
So, who would know more about these? Are there any wizards or mages that could help us out? Well, actually, you're a mage, so let's not insult him. So, who would know about the history of these shards?
You could try and speak to Algernon, but I don't think you'd have much luck reaching him. The Black Lake District is closed down. Algernon lives in the Black Lake District, you see, and now he's trapped there. The Watch has it locked tight. No one going in or
Okay.
out, no messages in or out, even for the nobles that used to live there. Quite cryptic, really.
Yes, and once again, ominous. So the whole Black Lake district was shut down?
I heard about that. Lord Dalrin was killed, wasn't he? I've heard rumors, but no official word of what happened.
As have I. Not only are the Watch not talking about it, but they even called in the Cloak Tower mages to investigate, which means sorcery or demons were at work.
Demons? Closest I've ever come to demons is Dagon's tales about the battles down south near West Harbor, when there was that trouble with the King of Shadows.
Wait, we heard that name, King of Shadows. Those are all the cultists were praising. Okay, we have to ask more about this King of Shadows. What is this King of Shadows? I keep hearing it.
Some sorcerer, I believe, had a number of demons and shadows at his beck and call. Not many tales left about that period of Neverwinter history, oddly enough.
But you say this Algernon might know more, Sand?
Well, if you're not a member of the Watch, or know a secret route into Black Lake, then you're out of luck. So it seems like you have no choice but to let me examine the shards at my leisure. I'll need to hold on to them, of course.
Well,
Wait,
no.
Watch or secret route. Not bad ideas. Either way, the coin lands. Hell, there's Marshal Cormac. He's
Ah,
currently
I know
at the city
him.
watch post, and I know he's in bad need of an extra sword arm down at the docks.
So Cormac from Fort Lock, eh?
Yes, I heard he got back to Neverwinter recently.
Good.
Surprised he even made it with the troubles I've heard around Fort Lock.
Trust me, you don't know the half of it.
Cormac's a harborman too. And folks of the harbor are as close to kin as you can get out of the mare. He might be able to
So
take
I
you into
heard.
the watch. And from there, speaking to Aldenon shouldn't be too hard.
So let's say I don't specifically want to join the watch. What then?
Then you need to find another route into the Black Lake District. And that means dealing with other folks that try to control the docks. Moya and her gang.
Oh, there's an
Moira.
idea,
Oh.
Duncan. They
Sounds
probably
like a
were
lovely
behind the
woman.
watch closing the Black Lake District in the first place.
Well, that would mean that they definitely be able to get in. Not willing to be, but still. Not my first choice, but if I had to speak with this woman, how would I go about it?
Well, she's got thugs all over the docks. But finding one who can get you to her?
There's Caleb. He used to try to get me to pay him gold for protection before I told him about the wards I'd inscribed on the building that caged the Guardian Elementals. Long story, but quick resolution.
Caleb, maybe. But I don't trust that harbor rat to give you a fair deal. And the price will be steep, in bodies or coin. He doesn't like being the only one with blood on his hands.
Okay.
Doesn't sound like someone we should put our faith in.
Obviously, you've never dealt with the Watch in Neverwinter, Kelgar. Dealing with Caleb is probably our best chance.
Okay,
Still, the
so-
chances are simply talking to Caleb will make you want to kill him, so it seems a clear win to me. If you do speak to him, though, be sure to do it downwind.
Really are upset by smells, aren't you? So, joining the watch and upholding the law, or descending into crime? Quite a conundrum.
That's pretty much how it stands. You can find Cormac in the watch post near the Dolphin Bridge that leads to the Merchant Quarter. He needs help, so it shouldn't be much of a tough sell to join up.
Caleb should be lounging around the corner east along the main road. Just follow the smell. If you want to join with him, he'll probably ask you to hurt or kill someone, so be warned.
I'll mark both on your map. Help you get your bearings.
Well, you can certainly find your way into trouble from here. Me, I will head back to my lonely merchant existence. Should you need my expertise, simply ask. But just in case, bring a great deal of gold as well.
I really like sand.
Well, there you have it.
That's really great
Talk
dialogue
to Caleb or
and
Cormac.
voice acting.
Cormac is at the watch post near the Dolphin Bridge. Caleb should be lounging down the street east along the main road. But while you're here, feel free to make yourself at home. Also, any
Ooh.
friend of yours is a friend of mine. Your companions are welcome to stay here as well, even if you're off on some other journey like the one that sent you here. They're all welcome to make themselves at home whenever they're not traveling with you. That way
Hey!
you'll know where to find them if you need their help later. Sound good?
Ah, so we have a little base of operations here, a party house, if you will. Ha! I do like myself a party house. Alright, so, Did anyone ever come hunting for these shards? It seems like a common occurrence.
No, not that I know of. I mean, I've kept it in the back for years. Barely even thought about it till now. It is odd that they seem to be after yours. Maybe there's something different about the one you have compared to mine. But then again, my shard didn't have any traces of magic until yours showed up.
Alright, so what can you tell me about Dagon and my mother? You keep hinting that's very important.
Only as much as Dagon allows. He keeps his past close, despite how it keeps everyone else from him. I knew your mother, though. I know you lost her early. Terrible tragedy. During that attack on the village.
Yes.
But that's really Dagon's place to say, not mine.
Oh, cuss you! More than...
What did you want to know?
Alright, so... What about all these trophies on the wall here? There are some stories there.
Yep, a lot of stories hanging on these walls. Shed a lot of my own blood, and others in the past. Now it all goes into the flagon.
So, you were an adventurer then? Can you fight? Do you have weapons?
Well, if you can call it that. Me and some old friends, now gone, made quite a company along the coast. There were 5 of us to start, but by the end there was just me.
Oh, well, that's I fear that might be the standard tale for most adventurers eventually down the line if they keep in the business. Or are not that successful. Alright, any more of those stories you can tell me? I'd like to hear more heroic stories.
I could, but they wouldn't go anywhere. And there wouldn't be any tension in them, since you know I survived anyway. Now Dagon, he may have some tales for you. About your mother, too.
Curse you for bringing that up!
What did you want to know?
Oh well, so, what about Sans? You seems a very interesting character.
That little sharp-eared viper's got a wit to match, but he has his uses. And he's one of the only peddlers of charms and potions here in the docks, so he gets by.
Still don't understand why he couldn't afford that place in the merchant quarter. His potions are cheap, and they work.
Yeah, maybe that's the problem.
Alchemy workbench, or you're shopping for some minor magics, then he's a good one to see.
Some might say that's not good business sense if the potions are cheap and they work. Alright, other questions.
What did you want to know?
So, anything about what happened in Blackleg?
Well, there's been some tales floating around that a nobleman, Lord Gentry, was murdered there. But the Watch isn't saying much. Either because they don't want to spread tales or they don't know much. There may have even been more troubles, but I haven't heard. Either way, Black Lake's locked up tight. You won't be able to get in unless you're a trusted member of the Watch. Or a really good thief that runs with the right circles.
Well, I'm not much of a thief, honestly. So Sans said something about demons and sorcerer being involved in these murders, but
Well, I don't know about that, but if the Cloak Tower mages of Neverwinter are involved, there may have been magic or demons involved in Gentry's death.
or devils,
Don't trust
or
everything Sans
any
says.
kind of
He only knows
exoplanar
about
creature.
half of the story at any given time.
Which could mean the blasted Gif Yankee actually as well. They are exoplanar, oh dear. So, yeah, King of Shadows.
Oh, that? That was only the first thing that came into my head when Sand mentioned demons.
Yeah, and I happened
King
to
of
run
Shadows
into
was some
people
sorcerer, I believe.
following
Had a
him.
number of demons and shadows at his beck and call. Not many tales left about that period of Neverwinter history, oddly enough. Haven't been demons anywhere near Neverwinter since the Troubles years ago, during the battles down south near West Harbor. That's why there's so many graveyards and battlefields along the southern road, and buried in the mare.
Also, probably during the events of Neverwinter Nights 1, there was, during the campaign, there was at least some demon summoning, I imagine, by mages of the Towers of Laskin. But yeah, we never played that campaign, so it might not as well not have happened. Who knows? Do you think this King of Shadow could return? I seem to have met some people that were quite convinced that his influence was still there.
What, to kill Lord Gentry? Unlikely. I'm sure he'd have bigger plans than that, if he even existed in the first place. Don't trouble yourself over it. The matter in Black Lake is likely to sort itself out in time, and hopefully they'll open the district again.
Alright, well I think we have exhausted most of it. What do you think of my friends? Oh, this is not voice. The parents, which one? So how about Kelgar? Has not been causing you trouble, I hope? He'll drink the tavern dry, I swear, but I'd rather have him on my side than not. If you take my meaning, and you can always use a thick skull as a battering ram if you ever needed one. Anybody else? Alright, let's ask about Nishka. Think you're lively around her with no mistake. She's a good girl, and all the demon blood and thieving, despite all the demon blood and thieving ways, I'm not sorry for that you got her with you. Anybody else? And Eleni. Oh, there's a sensible girl. Right helpful around here too. She's a good friend to have. That one, even if she does have twigs in her hair. Anybody else? No, I think
What
that's
did you
all.
want to know?
Yeah, I think we have done enough talking with Duncan, and generally enough talking. Duncan allows you to stay at the Dragon's Inn, where you have 3 crafting tables available in the room in the back. Also, not serving, your companions will be here. For now, we basically have a 1 full party total, but we will get more party members in our group, and then we can switch them out, and the other ones will rest here. So let's actually see, I think I've gotten like another shard. Did we not? Ah yes, here. Duncan shot. So yeah, this one gives electrical resistance and acid resistance. We kind of already have that due to us being, you know, awesome sauce ASMR. But still, it's nice. I don't know if it stacks. I'd have to check. Well, let's see. Who do we have here? Bishop.
I didn't ask for your company.
No, but I'm here to give it to you, my fine fellow.
Be careful. You don't want to cross me.
Well, I'm not looking to cross you. I'm looking to stare at you.
This here is my place, and way over there is your place. So, know your place.
Well, I know my place now. And it's nice that you grant me a place. Thank you, sir.
It'd help if you stood over there, downwind.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'll apply some perfume. I'll do that later. How are you now?
I'm going to snap my fingers and close my eyes. When I open them, you will be gone.
Oh, you are a great wizard? Alright, let's see. 1, 2, 3. No, still here.
What now?
Still here. I'm still here. Still here. Okay. That's random bishop person. Otherwise, yes, fine in. I think we'll leave it here. This is going to be a talky episode of Revelations and our next mission or quest. Yes, next quest ahead of us to get ourselves into the Black Lake District. Do we join the Watch or do we join the criminal gangs? You will have to watch the next episode to find out. Till then.